All right, let's move on. We got a couple of things going on. Major League Baseball's starting next week, opening day, I think Monday, April 2nd. So we're going to have a little bit of a Major League Baseball talk. I think we want to get out who we think is going to win each division, maybe Cy Young, MVP predictions. So let's get it rolling. We have a lot of shit to talk about with that. So who do you think is going to win each division in the American League? And why?
All right. Sure. I like, obviously, Boston Red Sox to win the AL East. They got Chris Sale. They got Porcello. We'll see. We'll see how their rotation plays out. But that division, David Price he's still hurt. But if he comes back to full health, that rotation is ridiculous. And the rest of the division, I mean, Toronto's got big bats, but they lost Encarnacion. Tampa Bay has amazing defense. Their outfield's ridiculous on defense, but they can't swing the bat. They don't produce runs. Yankees are young, but they started to produce a little bit at the end of the year, so you could see I could see Yankees maybe sneaking up a little bit. And then you got the Orioles, who are still a good team, but I think in order of finish on that AL East, I got Boston, Toronto, Yankees, Baltimore, and then Tampa. I just don't think Tampa can score enough runs, but I think they're a decent squad. So that's my AL East. What about you?
Very similar. Definitely Boston. I mean, they went out and they lost Big Papi, but they gained Chris Sale. I mean, that's going to add so many more wins. And then I think that they'll still be just fine offensively. All those incredible young players going to get a year older. Benintendi's the number one prospect in baseball. He'll probably be playing every day for the most part. They're going to be really good. I think Pablo Sandoval, we made fun of him for being a fat fuck on episode 1, but he's actually in shape, leading like all the spring training and RBIs. So Red Sox definitely the team to beat. I think, honestly, Yankees, Blue Jays, and Orioles will all have winning records. Yankees are going to be good. I mean, they got a lot younger, which is actually a good thing. I mean, they were hauling Mark Teixeira's, old ass around, and he's gone. And they're bringing in a lot of good young hitters. Aaron Judge is going to be cranking home runs. Gary Sanchez. So I think the East is going to be very competitive, but Boston is just head and shoulders a little bit better than all of them. I think Tampa Bay might be the worst team in the American League at the end of the year. Maybe second worst. We'll get to that. But, yeah, so that's how I see the East rolling out. How about you with the Central? Come on. You want to say it. I know it's going to kill you to say
it. That division sucks so bad that I have to choose the Indians. So I'll give you the Indians.
MLB The Show has Indians as the best team in all of baseball this year.
What the fuck ever. Anyway, Indians are tough. I'm not getting into them. You can. But I got Detroit second, just by default, because they got a pretty decent rotation at the top. Still don't have a good bullpen, but then they got some bats that can swing it for sure. It's like Kinsler and Miggy and JD, all that shit. So I like them to be 2, Kansas City 3. I like Chicago White Sox 4, and Twins are horrible, so they can go 5.
I think Twins will be better than the White Sox. I mean, the White Sox traded away everybody. I mean, all they pretty much have left is Jose Abreu. I mean, they lost Adam Eaton. They lost Chris Sale. I think they're going to be brutal this year. They're so young. I mean, they have a good farm system from trading away all those dudes, but they're not even going to be close to competitive. I think the White Sox will be the worst team in baseball. You
make some compelling arguments there, but to be quite honest with you, I just don't care who's the seller of the Central Division.
Yeah. Indians are going to be really good, man. I mean, they basically are bringing back everybody from last year, except they replaced Mike Napoli with Edwin Encarnacion. So that's like 10 more home runs, like 20 more RBIs, and 60 less strikeouts. And then they also are having Michael Brantley back. He's killing the ball right now in spring training. He had another home run today. I think he's healthy, and you just add a guy that got third in the MVP like 2 years ago or 3 years ago to that lineup, plus Edwin Encarnacion. I think the Indians are going to be pretty nasty this year. So how about the West? I think I have a guess on who you're going to pick, but we'll see.
The West. In the West because they're the most talented team. I'll get into them in a second. I got Texas at top. I got Seattle number 2. I got Houston number 3. Angels number 4, and I got Oakland number 5. The Rangers. Rangers, they got Darvish back. He's actually going to be the open day starter, and from every report, he's pitched well in spring ball. He's going to be good. He's going to be a Cy Young candidate, in my opinion. And he heads the rotation. They got Hamill. Perez has supposedly got good stuff. Like we talked about in the past. You got to see it on the field, but from all the reports say he's good. I like Matt Bush, the former number 1 pick. He switched to the bullpen last year, and I think he's gonna have a really good year again. They got Andrew Kashner. They upgraded that. They upgraded their starting pitching, and they're gonna have Lucroy for the whole season. Their infield's got Beltre. He's gonna have a big bat. He's getting up there in age. He's 37 years old, but he's still hitting home runs. He's still clutch. Andrus, he's gonna be. He's a young player. They just got a good young core. Odor's gonna be good. They picked up Napoli at first base. He's gonna be. Everybody wanted to party in Napoli last year. Don't bash him now. So Profar is gonna be coming in at somewhere in the infield. Here and there. But he's really he's a top prospect that just doesn't have a place yet. So outfield, they got a good outfield. They got Ryan Rua. He's from Ohio, and Mazzara, young cat, 21 years old, killed it last year. The Shield's going to steal a bunch of bases.
They lost
Carlos
Desmond.
Gomez. They did. I couldn't believe they let Ian Desmond go, but they did. It is what it is. But Gallo, he's a huge bat, but he strikes out a shit ton, so we'll see what happens with that. But I like them. So what's your
I think they're going to be primed a little bit for regression. I don't think they're going to have the same record they had last year. I think it'll be a little worse. So I think Houston might give them a run for their money. I still think Texas can make the playoffs. I think they'll at least get one of the wild card spots. But I got Houston number 1, and I think the Angels are going to be dead last. Oakland has a good young core. Angels, they just have no farm system whatsoever. And the only thing that's going to save them is if their pitching stays healthy. Last year it was brutal. They had so many injuries. But I think I got Houston 1, Texas 2, Seattle 3, Oakland 4, and then the Angels. So what about who do you think is going to win the MVP this year for American League?
I got Miggy. Miguel Cabrera. I think he's going to have a hell of a year. I think he's going to have to carry Detroit, and I think he's going to have a bounce back. Even though he still had a solid ass year, I'm not saying he didn't, but I think he's going to bounce back to win the MVP again. So I like Miggy to win that.
Yeah.
And Cy Young, man. I'm gonna take Tanaka.
Ballsy.
Yeah. I think I think he's gonna have a good year.
I was gonna say Mike Trout and just be a pussy, but I'm gonna change my mind. I'm actually gonna go Altuve for Houston. Last year he showed some power potential out of nowhere, and I think the dude just rakes. Bats in the upper 300s, now hits 20, 30 home runs, steals a shit ton of bases, plays great defense. He does everything. So, and everybody always wants to pick Mike Trout, but dude, your team is so
overrated.
Fucking bad. I do. I think he's overrated too. So
he's overrated as hell.
Yeah, if he was good, his team would be good.
Let's get into Mike Trout real quick. Just real quick.
All right.
I think Mike Trout's overrated as fuck. It's not, and when my version of overrated is not bad. It's relative to where people place you on the pedestal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Mike Trout's considered some god, and that whole Saber Matrix war shit. I don't even understand how his WAR is so fucking high. He does everything really good, but I don't think he does anything really great. He's not like the best power hitter. He's not the best average guy. He's not the best stolen base guy. He's not the best defender. So, he's just really good at everything. Yeah, which makes him a good ball player. So when I say he's overrated, that just is in relative terms of comparing him to like DiMaggio and shit. He's not. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, people were seriously arguing that he should have won the MVP the year that Cabrera won the Triple Crown.
Yeah, give me a
that blew my mind.
Yeah, they have that whole. It's all this nerdy math shit. It's like eye test. Give me a break.
Yeah. So okay, I went Altuve for MVP, and I'm going to go Chris Sale. I mean, he has been so close. He's been knocking on the door year after year with the White Sox, a super shitty team, and now he's on the Red Sox. He's going to win like 25 games this year if he stays healthy with that offense behind him. He's going to have a monster year. So I think Chris Sale is going to run away with the Cy Young this year. What about National League?
I got the East. I got Washington with behind the Greek god, Bryce Harper. He just looks like he's chiseled. He's chiseled in stone. He's a badass. I love Harper. I love everything about him, dude. You know what? I'm a straight guy, but Harper's a handsome man. He's got flowing hair and big ass muscles, and he cranks the fuck out of the ball. And he's got a sweet swing. I got a little man crush on Harper. I love Bryce Harper. He's funny as shit too. So I like it. I like his attitude. I like everything about Harper. And I got Washington winning that. I got the Mets in second. I got Marlins going third. I think they play with a little bit of emotion. I think Philly's still kind of, they're not all there yet. And then obviously Braves are horrible. We'll take them at last. So.
All right. I'm going to be almost the exact same thing, except I'm going to swap. I think Philly's going to be the worst, and the Braves will be fourth. So Braves are young, but they've got some good young core people that might turn into something. So I'll keep
Philly's
that.
Got some pitching. Philly's got some pitching. So
yeah, they do.
Yeah, there's that.
But they also are stuck with some shitty contracts that they never really recovered from. Yeah.
Now Central.
Yep.
Cubbies. I got the Cubbies. I love Cubbies. They're still they're pretty much only improved, except for at closer. But I got them, and I got Pittsburgh. Then I got the Brewers, and then I got the Cardinals going fourth this year because I fucking hate them. I hate the fucking Cardinals. God damn it! I hate the Indians and I hate the Cardinals.
Why do you hate the Cardinals so much?
Fucking overrated ass team. You know what? They always take these fucking bullshit players, somehow make the playoffs. And when they beat the Rangers in the World Series, they shouldn't even have fucking been there. It took a monumental collapse for them to even get into the playoffs. They just got hot at the right time. Another one of those hot at the right time teams, probably the 8th best team in fucking baseball, and won the World Series that year. I just can't stand that shit. And they got whack fans. They got a couple of whack fans I can't stand, so I don't like the Cardinals. I will push that right now. So fuck them. They're at 4. And then I got the Reds at 5 just because they suck.
Understandable. Yeah, I got to have the Cubs repeat Central Division. Easy. And I'm going to piss you off. I'll say the Cardinals come in second. I mean, they're just always good. It doesn't matter. I think the Pirates are regressing a little bit. I think they'll come in third, and then I'll go Reds last. And, yeah. So, okay. And then last but not least, NL West. Let's hear it.
Dodgers. Dodgers behind that pitching staff, and then they got I'll take the Giants, obviously. I like the Rockies, man. I think the Rockies could sneak up to the 2 spot, if I'm going to be quite honest with you, but I'll take them at 3. I got Diamondbacks at 4 and Padres at 5.
That sounds about right. I think Dodgers, Giants. I mean, I think they both make it again. I mean, those guys, they're always in the playoffs at this point. They're always good. They both have insane aces, so leading them, and they'll be fine. I think. All right, now who do you have early on? But who you got for your MVP Cy Young?
Oh, dude, Kershaw. If Kershaw is healthy, Kershaw to me is the best pitcher I've ever seen, and I love like Pedro Martinez or Andy Johnson, but Kershaw is the best pitcher of all time in a tight window. You know what I mean? I think Kershaw is the best pitcher ever. I love everything about him. So if he's healthy, I don't see how he doesn't win it. That's pretty much given it to me. And then for my MVP, I'm going with Harper. I think Harper has a bounce back season. I think he hit about 50 home runs this year.
That'd be pretty sick.
I do. I think it's gonna be between him and like Arenado.
You think Chris Bryant has a sophomore slump?
Not a slump. A slump, but I just don't think he's, he had an amazing year. I mean, if he's going to be up there, definitely, but I like Harper. I'm all in on Harper.
All right. Well, I'm going to say Chris Bryant again. I'm going to be boring. I made some surprise picks with my American League, but National League, I'm going Kershaw and Chris Bryant, I think, straight up. I think Max Scherzer will give Kershaw a run for his money. I mean, he won it last year, but that was also because Kershaw got hurt. So, but if Kershaw stays healthy, he has to win it. I mean, he's just that good. All right. Last but not least, who you got winning each American League and National League? Who you got winning it all?
I got the Cubbies winning again for obvious reasons. They're just still loaded. And then I got Texas winning the AL.
Shocker.
And then I got Cubs beating Texas. Because Texas is a fucking choke artist piece of shit.
I know this is going to come as a shock. This is going to come as a shock, but I have the Indians winning it all and facing the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And that's my dream. I have an uncle, a great uncle that lives out in California, and if the Indians actually face the Dodgers, I will fly out to California and watch the Indians-Dodgers with him, whether it's at the park or just with him, because he's fucking cool as hell. So.
Yeah, how many parks have you been to?
I've been to about 12. I've actually already been to Dodger Stadium. I went there when I was in like 6th grade. We went on a trip to California. We went to a Dodgers game. I got to see Pedro Martinez pitch. So,
that's
jealous.
Awesome.
He was with the Expos at the time. So
who's your surprise player that to kind of come on this year?
I think Freddie Freeman from the Braves becomes an MVP candidate this year. I think he could be really good. I mean, he kind of broke out last year, and this year I think he explodes. How about you?
Hitter, I think. Let me think here. I like Corey Seager.
Yeah.
He's a shortstop from Dodgers, for those that don't know, and I think he could have a pretty good year this year. And pitcher Julio Urias.
There you go.
Dodgers as well. He's a young cat.
I got him on my fantasy keeper league. So
yeah, he's 20, so he's young. He throws fire. So I think he's gonna be a big time player this year. So that's my two.
Nice. All right. I think that's about everything we had for baseball. Oh, we did have one more thing. Opening weekend, Indians are facing the Rangers in a 3-game series in Texas. And I was thinking we could have a friendly wager. Whoever wins the series, Indians or Rangers, the losing team, the fan of the losing team has to do something embarrassing. And here's my idea. I want to run it by our listeners and Brandon. And if you guys think it's lame, we won't do it. We'll think of something else. But I don't know about you guys, but have any of you ever brushed your teeth and then drank a glass of orange juice? It might be the worst experience of your life. Like, they could torture people with that, and people would reveal state secrets easy. So I'm thinking loser has to record themselves brushing their teeth or doing mouthwash, spitting it out, and then slamming a glass of orange juice.
Oh, no, Hemmy, we might go viral with that one. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm just saying, I think that's going to be fun.
That is shit that, like, a kindergarten teacher would punish their kids with. Like, if you guys don't sleep during nap time, I'm going to brush your teeth and make you drink orange juice. Yeah, maybe if that orange juice had about a fucking half gallon of vodka in it, then maybe that would be a punishment. We'll think of something. I want the fans out there. I want our new fans out there to tell us.
Screwdriver if you did that.
Yeah, and it'll get you fucked up. That's the whole point. You got to chug it immediately. So I'll brush my teeth to get myself nice and fresh to get fucked up. So listen to me. That is a horrible idea. I want the fans to decide the punishment because I can't deal with this fucking preschool shit. I mean, it's so straight-laced that his fucking idea of pain is drinking orange juice after having, crest in his mouth.
You've clearly never done it. So